Alright, I think it's about time we had someone take the reins and steer everyone down the right path who's trying to improve on console in Attack on Titan Revolution. So that's what I'm going to do here. In this video, I'm going to give you everything you need to know when starting out as a console player on Attack on Titan Revolution. Now, this is pretty much going to be a beginner's guide, so if you're trying to improve your skills, I recommend you come and check out the Arcane Discord if you haven't already. This is where we have in-depth training videos, as well as one-on-one coaching sessions with each and every one of our members. I hope to see you all there, link will be in the description, and without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Now, the first step is to figure out how you're going to play the game. What I mean by that is, with the default controls, console players are kind of set up to fail because the way they're laid out, we can't turn our screen and boost at the same time, which is a major issue when trying to get better. So there are three ways you can kind of go about fixing this. Method number one is what a lot of people do, and that's kind of just changing your binds. So if you come over in the settings to your controls here, right now boost is set to B. What I usually recommend people do is to change your boost button, which is currently B, to either something like L2, which is where the skills are, or say R1. The main reason being you're able to press your triggers on the top of your controller while still turning your screen at the same time, and that's kind of what we're aiming for. The way to do this is from right here, since the boost and mega boost, the only way to keep them the same is to change the bind of the other thing. So if I come down to skills, if I want my boost to be L2, I would come down to skills where L2 is, change this to B or circle on PlayStation. Now my boost and my mega boost should both be L2. I'm just going to reset it. If you wanted to change it to say R1, and have your L1 and L2 swapping back and forth between those two as your hooks, start by changing your hook button. So since right hook is R1, you need to change it to L2. So just adjust that. So now your skill button is at R1. Change this to B. And just like that, your boost is R1, mega boost is R1. Right hook is L2, your left hook will be L1, wherever it is. Here it is. Left hook is L1. And then skills are B. So this is the best way to go about it, because if you can use B as your skills, that's kind of, you got the difficult part out of the way, where you're able to turn your screen and use your boost and both hooks at the same time. Method number two is, I'm sure most of you know it, most of you've heard of it, play claw. This is where it'd be default controls. So I'm going to reset this. Your middle finger will be, or no, sorry, your ring finger will be on the right trigger or R2. Your middle finger will be on R1 for your right grapple. And then your index finger will be on circle. It's not too hard to grasp, it's not too comfortable for a lot of people, and it'll be pretty awkward for most. That's why I don't always recommend that first, but that is an option. Option number three is it's a bit more limited, but it's having a controller that has paddles on it. Now, the only thing with that is the controls would still be default, but it won't be in-game controls that you adjust. It would have to be on your actual controller or console where you bind your paddles. So what I recommend people do there is bind one paddle to your boost button and the other paddle to your right hook. That way you can use your L1 as your one hook, and then you can use your paddle as your other hook, and then your other paddle will be boost. Because you need to keep your right hand free to strike, as well as adjust your screen. The next thing that I'm going to mention is on console we have a bit of a movement limitation. So what I mean is On PC, when you're playing, if you press W, you go up. If you press A or D, you go to the side. If you press, say, W and A, you go up and left at the same time. On console, you can't go up and left at the same time. You can only go left or up. I'll show you what I mean here. So I'm going to grapple back to the wall. I'm going to go left, and I'm trying to go up, but it doesn't let me until I pass the 45-degree point, and that's when I start going up. So I'll do it again, but this time I'm going up first. Now, I'm not going to go right until I pass that halfway point, and I'm no longer going up after I'm going right. Again, up and right. There's no in between. In case you didn't understand my explanation, here's a bit of a visual. So if you look at this picture, it kind of shows how there's multiple different directions you can travel in when you move your joystick. Whereas on AOTR, there's only roughly these 4 sections of where you can move your joystick, and each section is either up, left, right, or down. There's not really an in-between where you can go up and left or up and right. With this movement limitation in mind, you can't change how the game works, but you can kind of work around it based on how you play. There's 2 things you can do that are simple to make it easier. One thing is you can pre-aim, and the other thing is you can just kind of take wider angles. So taking wider angles, I mean, it's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Rather than going in close, like straight to their neck, you can kind of wrap around a bit and strike after you get in. That way you have a bit more full of a view. So you're moving to the side much earlier, so you can actually get around them easier. Now, when it comes to pre-aiming, when I'm going for a kill here, I'm already looking for my next kill as I'm killing the first one. So right here, there's a group. I know I'm going for one of these shorter ones first, so I'm just going to be turning my screen immediately so I can get to them easier. Now again, same goes for right here. I'm going to kill this first one, and I'm pre-aiming so I know where I'm going. Well, that's going to be everything for the video. I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched up to this point, and I hope this video is helpful to everyone who clicked on it. If you're looking to improve even further past this point, then, like I said at the start of the video, come check out Arcane. We can give you all the in-depth tips and training that you could want. I'll leave a link in the description, and I hope to see you all there.